Greetings, everybody. We're living through a historic time in stock market history, and I'd like to share some of the headlines I've collected during the past 9 months so that if it's worth anything, at least we can tell our children, our grandchildren, and great grandchildren that we lived through one of the worst markets in history. Now get ready because it's going to be one bad thing after the other. A rough 4 months for stocks. S&P 500 books the worst start to a year since 1939. That was 83 years ago. Dow S&P 500 book worst April since 1970, 52 years ago. The Dow was off 2.9%, having dropped for 8 straight weeks, which hasn't happened since 1932. That was 90 years ago. U.S. productivity falls at fastest pace since 1947, 75 years ago. The consumer sentiment plunged in June to the lowest reading on record ever. The S&P 500 is on course to close out its worst first half of the year since 1970, 52 years ago. U.S. inflation climbs to a new 41-year high. Credit card balances jump 13%, highest leap in over 20 years. Investor sentiment is the worst it has been since the 2008 global financial crash. The dollar reached the highest level in 20 years. And finally, the bond sell-off is the worst since 1949, 73 years ago. In conclusion, I'm not trying to dwell on the negative, but I'm just pointing out, again, that these are terribly historic times. And one day we can tell our children and grandchildren about what we made it through. Although I would have preferred not to have gone through this. And hopefully we come out stronger than ever as human beings and as investors.